Entrepreneur Djimra Koumtog has been making African-themed facial masks for New Yorkers. As the COVID-19 crisis shut down the city, New Yorkers were prompted into a scramble for facial coverings. Christian rose to the occasion by producing stylish masks, which were not only artistic, but functional for slowing the spread. Christian joins me now for a chat you'll see only here on Cultivate NYC. Christian, I see you're wearing a mask right now. It's very stylish. Yeah, can you tell the audience a little bit about yourself?
Sure, I'm Djimra Koumtog. I was born Christian. Djimra Koumtog. Last November, I officially changed my name to just Djimra Koumtog, but I'm a native of Chad, Central Africa. I moved to New York December 12, 2000. I moved to Queens. I'm currently based in Brooklyn, Bushwick, and I'm the founder of Like-Minded People NYC, which is a platform. Currently, it's I call it a collective, and Like-Minded People NYC is it's all about the Black community. There's no exception. Black for me, African descent, African Americans, Caribbeans, continental Africans, of the diaspora. So the focus currently with Like-Minded People is New York City. That's where I am. The community is important because we can have conversations. It's basically having conversations and also a support system. You know, I just found out that you're an expert in your field with things to know, and there are other people who support the collective who are either entrepreneurs, professionals, artists, activists, and yeah, I mean, practically speaking, Like-Minded People has 6 to 7 events. Aquaba Picnic, that was the original name, but there was a controversy in terms of the word picnic. You know, some people don't like picnic, so I changed it into Aquaba Marché, which is a get-together at Commodore Barry Park. Commodore Barry Park is where Afropunk takes place. I used to do it at Fort Greene Park, and then I moved to Commodore Barry Park. So it's like the theme is the diversity in the food we eat, and also the experience of trying like food from Chad, food from Ethiopia. You get to try. I tried 2 years ago food from Palestine. There was a Palestinian who brought some stuff. It was amazing. So the conversation over food, music, again, the focus is a Black community. We get to talk, interact, talk about our grievances, talk about the stigmas, and it is important. That's the first step conversation. On the second event was called, the second event is Uzuri art exhibition. So there's also an educational aspect. Akwaba means welcome in Twi, which is a language of Ghana, Twi, Akwaba. Because it was our first event, we were welcoming people, and we named it Akwaba Marché. Marché is market in French. That was the new name. Uzuri means beautiful in Swahili. Uzuri art exhibition, Black artists, painters, who was until today is one of our most successful events. In and out, 100 to 150 attended the event. It was totally free. Based on donation, we collected literally $1,000 just donation. People were coming, you know. It was amazing because I've seen my African, Caribbean, Black sisters showcasing revolutionary arts, like artists that should be, talked about even more. And there were, Caribbean Black artists, men showcasing their work. Again, the focus is Black artists, Black people coming together, supporting each other, because we can't support each other. We don't really have to go outside to find support. We can't truly support each other because we spend over $1 trillion into this American economy all over the place. So Uzuri Art Exhibition, a platform for artists who normally don't have a platform to showcase their work, and a platform for conversation over artistic endeavors. The third collaboration was called Spotlight on Africa. In 2017, it was a collaboration with the New York Film Festival. Usually, filmmakers come to New York, film producers come to New York. They showcase, first of all, at Lincoln Center, the first part of the festival. The second part is at BAM. Usually they come, they showcase, there's a Q&A, and people go home. So when we did a partnership, it was like, after the movies, we'll have a networking event. All of movie makers and producers are invited to come have a good time, interact with the people who went and saw the movie. So again, conversation over Black African movie makers and movies. Spotlight on Africa. Spotlight on Africa was a little funny because we didn't get the total support of the New York Film Festival, because they have investors and what's the other word, like donors. Is like, we wanted to highlight New York, the African Film Festival, because a lot of Africans don't even know about it. It's been around for now maybe 20 years now, and a lot of people don't know about it. And it's an amazing, amazing thing. Amazing movies, documentaries showcasing, our Blackness. It's not just African. They have Caribbean. As long as you're Black and your movie or your documentary is moving, you get to show it. But yeah, Spotlight on Africa now is different because we turn it into supporting Black restaurants. Like, I organized a couple of events at Sal Restaurant, which is in Manhattan, owned by a sister from Ghana and her husband is Senegalese, and it's a beautiful establishment. So currently Spotlight on Africa is that, like a networking. You come, and if you have a business, you talk about your business. I always take time to talk at those events because I don't want it to be like any other event where you just come, shake your behind, drink, and bounce. Conversations are important. The fourth event is a soccer tournament. I'm a soccer player myself, and it's called the African Cup of NYC. The first event was in 2017. Amazingly, we had an Argentinian represented as well. We had Colombians represented, and those are people that I've played with. Like, when I first started playing soccer in New York, it was semi-professionally. I played with Mexicans, and a lot of Africans stick to themselves, and it was amazing. The other teams were Liberia, Togo, Chad. I brought my own team, and it was amazing to see, the Liberian. I introduced them to the Colombians, because these are people that I play with as well in Queens. Introduce and pushing Africans to go outside of their communities, because we need all the help, all the allies we can, especially South Americans. In the eye of the Caucasian, capitalist, white supremacists, we are all the same. South Americans and Black people are all the same, But the African Cup of NYC conversation over soccer. We love soccer. It's called a beautiful game. Africans love soccer. I even tell people if you can't play soccer, you're not African. But that's just a joke. That's the fourth initiative, the African Cup of NYC, bringing Africans together, just playing and building. The fifth event is called Negumaji. Negumaji is actually my native language, Ngambai. Negumaji means a good thing, and it was a jazz, poetry, and comedy in Brooklyn at the Red Lion Hotel, because they have a platform there for performances. So it was an amazing event back in 2017. Like 2017 was so busy for me. That's when I launched all those initiatives. There's a sixth event currently called the African Beat Brunch Series, which was born last year. It's a brunch, African and Caribbean food centerpiece, and it's a support system for African vendors. Pretty much, if you sell stuff like that, jewelry, you get a table. You pay me between $75 and $100 to have a table, and we have DJs, and that took place in Park Slope, a Park Slope event space, which is an event space owned by Mike Mogul. I've known the guy for over 10 years, Mike and his ex-girlfriend. They own the venue. So overall, I'm sticking to my belief, supporting Black as much as I can, and launching these. I was gonna call them the Wakanda face mask, but there may be like a trademark a problem with the actual Wakanda. But yeah,
Now, so where can, on the African Brunch series and all the other events you just mentioned, where can viewers go for information on this?
So the website is www.lmpnyc.org, or if you want to spell the whole thing, Like-Minded People NYC, the acronym NYC.org, and LMPNYC, the number one.org. Like, we bought all those three domains. So if you type those, you'll have access to what we do. But the best way is Instagram. The Instagram handle is LMPNYC1.
Okay, and I'll put those links in the description below so everybody could check that out. Now, on the face mask which you have around your neck, how did you come up with the concept?
So I was wondering what to do next with COVID-19. Last year, if you ask my friends, like, I was a guy who goes to like 3-4 different events and overdoing it. Like, I have amazing friends who do amazing stuff. Like, I have a friend named Des who was a Fashion Week photographer. I have another friend named Rescue from Ghana. He does fundraisers to provide clean water and better healthcare to people who can have access to that. And I mention those people because it could be one day, especially in February and September, Des will invite me to Fashion Week receptions, and we'll go to 2 Fashion Week receptions, and then Rescue will have another event, and somebody else will have another event. But I've been running around last year, and as of between March and May, I was just resting. Resting, and there was a movement on Instagram like, yo, you better come out of this COVID-19 a millionaire with a bunch of ideas and improve yourself, you know. And for me, life is about timing. I'm like, damn, what can I get into? Because I'm pretty much wasting time watching Netflix, Hulu, Amazon Prime. I've never watched so much TV, bro. Usually I watch soccer and that's it. I watch so much Netflix, man. I need to buy some stocks. They should be paying me for watching. I watch so much Hulu. Uh, you name it. I subscribe to YouTube TV. I'm like, oh man, I gotta go and cancel some of those when life goes back to normal. But I was just like, man, I'm not doing nothing. Like, and I work in solar energy, like sales, you know, and that department was canceled, canceled completely, you know, because door-to-door sales and COVID-19 is like, yo, don't come too close now, you know. So I realized that I don't need to stress. I don't need to stress over what to do next. And then my good friend, uh, MJ, she's from Malawi. She she put on her Instagram, you know, I'm making masks. You know, I'm a great salesman, like marketing and sales. You know, that's my forte. So I'm like, oh, this is it. This is what I was waiting for, and I was grateful for the wisdom, like, because I'm like, yeah, I'm not gonna stress myself out. Last year, I depleted my energy running around. I had an amazing time. People were surprised, like, yo, dude, you always out and about. You okay? Being confined. I'm like, oh shit, I'm having the time of my life, man. I'm loving this. This is what people do. Just chill at home, watch TV the whole day. And we we did a partnership, you know, pretty much, and I love it because it's a African sister, you know. She she just wanted to donate 10, 20 face masks to the frontliners, you know. I was like, oh, that's cool too, but trust me, this face mask, she started selling them at $7. I'm like, yo, we could make money. As a matter of fact, you make them and sell them for 7. I'm going. You could charge me $10, and I was reselling them for 20. That's how the face mask came about. You know, she does all the work, and I do all the marketing. Between March and April, my brother, we sold 100 masks because I felt like, okay, I rested enough. At 5 a.m., I'm texting people, I'm posting, as you see, posting, WhatsApping people, and that's the type of work it takes, you know, to to be successful. Success has to be planned, but yeah, that's how I came up with the concept. And then after the 100 masks, I was like, I felt like after that, everybody was selling face masks, African cloth. I've truly believe I was one of the first to like market it this way, and then everybody's doing it. So I'm like, I can't keep selling this for 20 because competition is pretty much there. Um, a sister from Chad reached out to me and she was like, yo, we can actually produce these masks at $6. And I know somebody in Togo, the new mask that I have, I made in Togo. And for $6, I got 300 done and I sell them for 12 to be competitive, at the most 14, you know, instead of 20. So overall, I'm going to say that there are a lot of great men who inspire me. One of them is Thomas Sankara. And one thing Thomas Sankara said was like, yo, what is imperialism? When you take a look at your plate in Africa, your rice is exported, your tomato is exported. Like, yo, this is silly. We have a rich land. Let's produce African. Let's consume African. So from the first project with a sister from Malawi to now having production in Togo, I'm sticking to the words of someone that I look up to, who was eliminated in '85, the year after I was born, it was just killed because he was doing so much, for the country and cutting the need for this African country to go outside of it itself to waste money when you could produce and consume locally. But that I'm proud of that. I'm not tapping myself in the back, but I'm proud of that work, in terms of working with Africans and producing with Africans.
Now, one quick thing I want to point out about these masks, though, which you have around your neck, they're cloth. These also have inserts for N95 filters. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
And also on top of that, you have a full line of these masks, though. How many different designs do you have?
Man, I have probably, with the new production, man, I have 20 different designs. So you will find, I'm just going to show you one because I want you to contact me for the many other options, or I want you to go on Instagram to see the many other options. That's the wisdom of this exchange. I can't just show you. I want you to be curious and reach out to me. My email is likemindedpeoplenyc@gmail.com. Spell out again, like, L-I-K-E, minded people, spell out, and the acronym NYC@gmail.com. Reach out to me. I'll send you the different options. But we have, to answer your questions, 20 different options. These colors, blue, green, you name it.
Okay, and the links will be in the description below. Also, Djimra, thank you for joining me today. For more information on the African Brunch series and all the endeavors that Djimra is involved in, visit the links below and go into LMP. Give me the full
lmpnyc.org.
.org.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I'm mostly on Instagram. I'm very present on Instagram. Follow me, I follow back. I don't believe in just accumulating followers. You follow me, I follow back. LMPNYC1 on Instagram.